Good afternoon. It is, what day is it? It is Wednesday, March 12th. Currently 5:56 in the afternoon. It's almost evening. And it's time to get to work. Let's see. Today is a very stormy day here in Sacramento. It is currently raining right now, and I think the opportunities are going to be a little tight, which means I need to pivot a little bit, which also means that I probably am going to do something that I say that I never do, and now I'm going to do it, which means that I can't say that I never do it anymore, which is post up at the airport. The nice thing that I can say right now for me at the airport is I can take a lot of rides that other drivers don't want, but I kind of have a strategy of what I'm trying. If I go to the airport, I have a strategy that I'm going to use when I'm there, and that is I want rides that are going from the airport into the grid or close to the grid and into my zone, so I can kind of get back there quickly if I need to. I just don't think there's going to be a lot of people moving around down in the grid tonight because of the weather. I mean, it's very windy. It's raining pretty consistently and somewhat hard at times, so I just don't see that there's going to be a lot of people moving around. Before I came online just a couple minutes ago, I mean, there was some surge up in El Dorado Hills, which is up this way, right up here off of 50, right here in this area right here. There was a 11 and a $6 surge going on up there literally 10 minutes ago, and of course, you know, it's gone now, which happens, but I'm just saying that there's the little pockets of surge are popping up in some places. And I don't know if that's just because people are getting off work or whatever, but overall, I think that this area down here is not going to see a lot of action tonight just because of the weather. You know, people are around in town at conferences and conventions. I mean, I just don't see them getting out and moving around, especially considering that the rain isn't going to really stop until sometime tomorrow morning. So, what does that mean? It means I have to take some opportunities that may present itself here at the airport, and see what I can do. Again, I typically rail against sitting in the airport queue. I think it's a waste of time, but yet I'm going to go see what kind of opportunities I can cherry pick out of there to earn a little money tonight, and kind of salvage what would I think be a really just a shitty night to begin with because of the weather. And there's no games, there's no concert that I know of. There may be some stuff at the clubs. We can look at that actually. Let's see. Yeah, I do have it open. Let's see what events are going on. No events. Nada. As I said, there's not much going on. So, no events downtown means it's going to be super slow. Which means that, again, I think the real opportunities are going to occur coming out of the airport, which means there's probably going to be a lot of drivers there tonight. But, you know, I'm not going to take the nature hike drives out of there. I'm not going to go to Roseville or Yuba City or Woodland or anything like that, just because that's just too far. What I want to do is I want to get out of the airport and just come down here into the grid, right? So I want to be right in here, or where I want my rides to be. It may be East Sac a little bit, but close, so I can just kind of beeline it back, jump in, and look for another one. So I think that's the best opportunity that I have tonight to make some money off of this, what I think is going to be a pretty slow night to begin with. And then, you know, I can never say never say never, and once again, that's proven true. So what am I going to do right now is, secondly, Mystro, I got a message from the guy at Mystro again, and he said that they pushed out an update to the Mystro app that is to have they identified the issue with stability inside the app where it was like shutting itself down. They found it, they fixed it, they pushed out an update that is to have fixed that problem. And then he also mentioned that the new filters thing is going to be coming out pretty soon again, which is good news. So we're going to run Mystro tonight, and we're going to see what happens. I got it all set up. I got my pickup zones all set up. Everything's ready to go. We just need to do that. Hit the old go button.
Lyft online.
Turn this on, and then we'll see what happens. So that's the plan. We're going to see how this works out. If it's a bust and I'm not getting anything, or it's just as crappy as I think it's going to be, I'll go home. I will not hesitate to pull the plug on tonight. So,
Uber online.
thank you. Let's come back here. So that's my plan for tonight. So we'll see how this plays out. So, like normal, I'll come back and provide updates throughout the night and after my first ride and all that good stuff, and we'll see how this goes. So, with that, I'll be back here in a little bit. All right, quick update. 2 rides in. First ride got me down here into the grid on my way to the airport. And nope, we're not going to do that one. And then the second ride was here in town, which got me down here into the south area where I'm at right now. But I think I'm going to kind of make my way up into the grid a little bit and see what happens. I still haven't made it to the airport. I don't know if I'm going to make it there or not right this second, but we'll see. Because right now it's not raining downtown, and we'll see if there's some people out and about. But what I do need to do is kind of make my way towards where the people are going to be, to see how that plays out. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'll be back here in a little bit. All right, I'll be back. All right, quick update. Let's see. I think I'm like 5 rides in. I got up my first ride, got me into town, as I said before, did a couple other ones, and then I got a ride that got me out to the airport. And then after that one, I came into the waiting area. I was here for maybe 5 minutes, 6 minutes. And then I got a ride that took me back into town, into the grid. It had a stop, like that one. It had a stop, and then I came back to the queue, and I'm back here now, and I'm, damn it, trying to get that one. Because that's the kind of ride, that one that just popped up. That's exactly the ride that I want. From here back into the grid, I can turn it around and come back here if I want. I did get a couple pings in town for rides, but they were going like kind of outside my zone where I wanted to be. So I had passed on them and just continued to drive here. So far, so good on this strategy. So we'll see how this plays out. If I can get some rides in town, because I'm set the parameters to be a $5 minimum on the fare. So if I get something in town that meets the minimum, I'll probably do it, especially if it stays like right in the heart of the grid downtown. I'll take that. And then if I don't get anything, I'll just jump on the freeway and come back out here again. Just being in town right now, again, not a lot of people moving around. There's not a lot of people out. So again, I think it's going to be some slim pickings in town right now with people, especially as the night moves on and gets later. So we'll see. Right now, my strategy is working out to my advantage right now, which I like. And I'm going to continue with this to see how this plays out for the rest of the night. Again, worst case scenario, I bail and go home. So yeah. All right, I'm going to chill here and wait for that next ride and see if I can pick one off, and then I'll be back. All righty, that's a wrap. Pretty productive night. I think there's something to the strategy, especially on a slow night. So I'm going to try this again. But before we do, we'll look at some numbers. I only did 2 rides, I think, with Uber the whole night. Lyft dominated the night. Yeah, as you can see, 2 trips, $11. Not much action there. I don't think I got one. I think maybe a couple trip radars that came out of the airport for them, but they were just shitty rides, not going where I wanted to go. So I passed on those. But Lyft was giving me really good rides, and right at the end there was a couple rides that, man, they were tempting, because one was like $14 going into the grid, and the other one was $11 going into the grid. And I was looking for something that was going to get me closer to home, which the last ride did. I did get one, but I was hoping to get those two other rides that came in that I punted on were good rides. And I think that I think there's something to this, because I think most of those types of rides, most of the people that are waiting there don't want them. They want the $30-$40 rides that are taking them out into BFE and stuff like that. And I can turn those things over so quick, because it's like 10 minutes, 12 minutes into town from the airport, and then another 10 minutes back, and I'm back in it again, and I can get out of that queue quickly. I think the longest I had to wait in the queue was maybe 10 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes. So it worked out pretty well. All right, let's look at some numbers. Rides. Let's see, it'll put me up there. There's my last one that I did right there for 21. There you go. There's all the activity right there. Yeah, really good. I mean, just 9 rides for 144. I mean, that's a great average. Well over 10. And even with the other 2 Uber rides in there, it's still over 10. So good, solid night as far as that goes. I'll put the other numbers up here on the screen and all that other good stuff. But I'm gonna try this again and see how it goes, and see if it really does work out. And you know what? I could have been wrong. I could have been missing out on making some money on slow nights. So I don't know if I would do this every night, only because I think in town I can burn and turn real quick on busy nights and make more money, and then I'm not having the dead miles. But on a slow night, this could be the answer. So we'll see. All right, that's gonna do it for me for this week. I will be I'm not driving this weekend. I'm going to Boise, Idaho, and I will be back next week, driving on St. Patrick's Day night, which is Monday, and then Wednesday, Friday, Saturday of that week as well. So 4 nights next week for sure. So that'll be my plan for next week. But in the meantime, if you made it this far in the video, please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week. All right, thanks for watching.